Hello everyone, it's Julian from BD Cosmos, and we're back to talk about a new comic book magazine catalog books that are coming out in November of 2022. So again, as I mentioned in the previous video for a DC book, I'm about 2 weeks late. Usually I try to do this in the same week stuff comes out. What is this downloaded thing? Let's get rid of that. It's probably from also the same video. I try to do this the same week that it comes out, usually the weekend, and I've been working on a lot of projects at the store. We've got some synced products between our Shopify store and eBay store. So last month's books are synced between both. And the end goal will be able to offer products both in store and online for our eBay store. So local people can find our stuff. It's going to take a long time before all 4,000 products are integrated. We've only had 300 so far. And we add about 300 new products every month on our eBay store. And what else? The personal stuff happening, a lot of changes at home. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Marvel previews. This is a retailer perspective on every month's catalog. What's hot, what's not, what I'm excited about personally as a reader, what I'm personally excited to sell through. So we'll talk about everything. The first book here, the front of the catalog, it talks about Fantastic Four #1, and the back of the catalog talks about Deadpool #1. So yeah, we couldn't get, as a customer mentioned earlier this week, we can't even get Fantastic Four #50 before we get another reboot. But Lancelot's off the book, and David Pepose is also, we were just finishing up the last of the arc. And now we've got a new #1. The main thing is that Ryan North is the new head writer for Fantastic Four ongoing. So let's just open real close. What else has Ryan North written? And he is... I didn't know he was Canadian, though. He's kind of a particular person, the kind of things that he writes. Wet Comics. He's got a Cartoonist Award. Globe and Mail, Printed Comic Books, Adventure Time. He's written Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. People who love Unbeatable Squirrel Girl love it because of Ryan North. Power Pack, The Adventures of Dr. McNinja, Jughead. If I'm not mistaken, he's got some writing on animated series. It doesn't mention here. 6-episode Marvel Squirrel Girl. Launch Kickstarter, Adventure Time. Alright, my understanding of Ryan North was one of the head writers over on Lower Decks, the cartoon animated series for Star Trek. It doesn't mention anything here, but I could be wrong about that. But yes, he is a more comedic writer. So, getting a fairly, I want to say serious book out of the Fantastic Four, because traditionally, Reed is pretty serious, and the comedic element is usually the Thing, and Human Torch has been traditionally. So we'll find out. See how it works. Alex Ross is doing the covers. He did the bunch of the previous run, him and Mark Brooks. So, and Alex Ross is also doing Black Panther. He finished up the Marvels. What else is Alex Ross doing? He done Immortal Hulk for the entire run. I think there's another series he's doing, but I just can't recall. Okay, Chris Claremont's Extreme X-Men. That's when Grant Morrison took over the X-Men book, and then Chris is like, I want Kitty, and so he did the Extreme X-Men. So we're doing more 90s books, or early 2000, Chris Claremont, Salvador Roca. Eben Coelho. Eben isn't Eben doing... Symbol of Truth or Symbol of Liberty, one of the Captain America books, I'm pretty sure. So 2 ongoings. So there's that. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this. Avengers Assemble Alpha. Jason Aaron's got everyone he's been trying to find throughout his multiverse during the Avengers run, and then Avengers Forever. So So this seems like it's a capstone to his finale. I honestly thought his series was gonna end at 75, but we're like in solicitations for like 64 here, 65. Can't really recall. So I'm hoping that it ends at a nice round number, because 75 should be Legacy 575, something like that. No, 675. I can't recall, but they did have the numbering, like on issue 50 was Legacy something else as well. So I kind of like that when they do that, when they can keep the Legacy numbering and make those important issues follow. But they didn't do that with Spider-Man and go out of the way to make sure it doesn't go with Spider-Man. So yeah, it's a one shot. Brian Hitch doing the art, Campbell doing cover, retro covers. His retro series for the 60th anniversary of most things that are Marvelness. Everyone on Avengers and Avengers Forever needs to have this one shot. Avengers Forever number 11. The All Rider is coming to itself. Pillar's conclusion. So this is kind of my worry that issue 11 is secretly the final issue of the run. So I'm really hopeful to see next month there's an issue number 12 for Avengers Forever, because honestly, I love Avengers Forever. It is an amazing title. More Avengers-ness. So Avengers 62. So this is the conclusion of this arc, finding characters throughout time, and then the multiverse. So this is the original Sorcerer Supreme, Agamotto. So yeah, it seems good. And then it's got an Extreme Marvel variant. So because Extreme Month, because of Chris Claremont's Extreme X-Men. I'm not down with that, but whatever. Read an article about All Out Avengers. There's Tom Brevoort said there's one encompassing Marvel entity that's driving all the things of All Out Avengers. So here's number 3. Number 1, I believe, is next week, the time of recording. So I believe, all right. Let's go find out. We've already crossed over somewhere else. So catalogs, new releases next week. I'm mistaken. So when's the release for All Out Avengers? Yes, I still use Previews World a lot. It's super helpful. All Out Avengers. This is the book. It does come out next week. Hey, All Avengers number. Why isn't it on the new releases? Comics, Marvel, Alien, I don't know what happened, but yeah, All Out Avengers has and Tom Brevoort was talking up to like issue 6 or issue 7. So it's not going anywhere. The lands are taking over, if you get the joke. Anyways, so All Avengers 3. This is usually the issue where people drop off significantly in orders. So very important. It's not impossible. This could be like a sort of a key issue where you see that entity in particular. So it's kind of an interesting timing where he talks about it. And we've got a timely variant here. I kind of dig the timely variant by Azurcher. Okay, so we haven't finished Judgment Day yet, but we're talking about the next event, which is still an X-Men and Spider-Man Venom event. Dark Web. This spins out of the Free Comic Book Day book, the Spider-Man Venom one. So Spider-Man, Venom, and the X-Men Dark Web. It's Goblin Queen and Chasm. And we've got Hallow's Eve right here, new character. Right after the Hobgoblin arc that's happening with Amazing Spider-Man. So art looks great. Stegman art. Well, you can't complain, right? Can't complain, right? And then Chasm. This is the prelude to Dark Web. Amazing Spider-Man 14. Chasm we've met at Amazing Spider-Man number 93 of the previous volume. This is his. It's going to be his third appearance at this point. Then again, he could be in issue 13. I don't know. You'll notice that Michael Dowling and Kyle Hotz are doing art. It is not John Romita Jr. So he's probably getting another break again. Got a break for number 6. Did another arc. Well, arc and a half. And now he's getting another break to keep up, so someone else is doing Dark Web. Okay, so what do I have to say about Dark Web? Well, I don't know if I'm going to say sadly, but everyone who's on Venom, Amazing Spider-Man, and X-Men need to be reading Dark Web. Just like everyone who was on Eternals and X-Men need to be reading Judgment Day. I tried to include Avengers in there just because I have about equal number of X-Men and Avengers subs, but they're different kind of people. Not all of them overlap. Like myself, I have a customer who only does X-Men, and I'm only on Avengers. So most of us will overlap, but it's still kind of a fairly important event. I don't know if we're going to talk about it in years in the future as a key event, and I don't think we'll talk about Dark Web as a key event either. But it's still, if you're reading one of those 3 books, you'll want to read that one anyways. So you've got Amazing Spider-Man, 2 issues, or just 1. Interesting, just a single issue. Maybe we'll talk about a different issue later on. And then Venom also tie-in issue, Dark Web Prelude. So Chris Cantwell is writing Gold Goblin, which is Norman. Hey, Norman's a good guy suit, but he's still a goblin suit, so it's kind of weird. Lamedine is drawing. It's not easy being gold, and then you see here in the background it's the Green Goblin. This is Torrin Clark did this cover. So yeah, Gold Goblin, also Dark Web. I'm going to say anyone who's reading Amazing Spider-Man will want to read Gold Goblin, but not necessarily the Venom readers or the X-Men readers, because it is a Norman Osborn thing. So Amazing Spider-Man, especially with the current arc now with Oscorp, I would recommend it. Okay, Fantastic Four. The key covers. There's 2 A covers for this particular number. Both of them are Alex Ross. So there's this one. This is the A cover as well as this other cover. This is the AA, and that's the AB. There's Arthur Adams. This is an okay Arthur. I mean, all Arthur Adams' art is great. Phil Noddle is interesting. It's his stuff. Eben Coelho's, again, I love his art style. So Frank Miller. So the Frank Miller-ish cover is, I'm going to say, problematic. So for Spider-Man 1, he did the incentive 1 out of 50. Reasonable, Frank Miller. Marvel, I don't know what they were thinking. They decided for Fantastic Four number 1 to get your Frank Miller cover, you need to order 400 copies of this one title to get one Frank Miller cover. I love Frank Miller. There's going to be very little copies of this in the market. So I'm curious. Is this a $4.99 book? Yeah, it's a $4.99 book. So if you average about $350 CAD cost price for a retailer, and then you multiply it by 400, so it's a $1,400 book investment to get one copy. Marvel knows that whenever they've tried to do incentives for Fantastic Four, they tried to do a couple of them for Reckoning War. They had them at a 110 ratios. And then they just dropped the ratios because no one was getting those numbers anyways. So they did the final design covers just as all you can order books. I don't know who's ordering 1,400 copies. I mean, extremely huge stores will order 1,400 copies. But not 1,400, 400 copies, so $1,400 worth of in Canadian dollars in fees. Sure, you'll get other incentives to help lower your costs. But traditionally, the Fantastic Four is not a hot seller. As a key Marvel book, even for ourselves, it's the least ordered of the key Marvel books, key Marvel families, of families of books. I also want to say it. Avengers outsells them, Spider-Man outsells them, the X-Men outsells them, all the X. I'm pretty sure even the worst X team, which I'm going to say maybe is Marauders. Maybe, probably still outsells the X-Men. I'm not even sure if it's the Marauders. There might be another worse book. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I'm certainly, unless someone's giving me $1,400 to get that one 400, go for it. The stores will get lots of stock. Enjoy. But yeah, my personal opinion is that Frank Miller cover is going to be worth a lot of money. That, or the rest of the print run will be worth absolutely nothing. But to be determined, I'm certainly going to be ordering a couple extra copies of Fantastic Four #1. Hopefully the people pick it up because they'll be like, oh, Ryan North is writing this, and then they'll look back for back issues. But plus the Alex Ross cover. The Jack Kirby covers the either you love them or you don't for the Hidden Gems. I don't know if it's it's for sure a ratio. I don't know if it's a 1 in 50, 1 in 100, but definitely a ratio cover. So that was my rant on the Frank Miller cover being an issue. Judgment Day Omega, yeah. So Kieran Gillen's final thoughts on Judgment Day, and yeah, I'm enjoying Judgment Day. Miracle Man, not much to say. Do back issues for him. People will figure out later on. Elisa Wong, Iron Fist writer. She's really funny. I really enjoy her. I think she could do a good Deadpool. Benjamin Percy is writing him right now in X-Force, and he wrote him in Wolverine. I really enjoy him. So yeah, I have no doubt that she can write a couple of issues. I forget it was Teenie Howard or Kelly Thompson who had the last ongoing for Deadpool, which was 10 issues. Yeah, it just didn't sell well, and I don't know why they're trying again. Maybe because they noticed the numbers on Wolverine and X-Force have gone up thanks to Deadpool returning. But I think both of those just went up because it was both a Deadpool and X-Force title. Also, the X-Force current story arc with Craven, very interesting. So yeah, it's no Scotty Young, it's no Jerry Dugan, it's no Fabian Nicieza, or it's no Daniel Way. So we'll determine. I don't know if I'm going to be doing back issues on Deadpool because traditionally the store has always brought in about 2 copies, and I'm one of those copies. Deadpool does fantastic in the collected edition, not so much single issues anymore. 15 years ago, there was like 17 different titles of Deadpool, so that was a different story, a different time. Anyways, to be determined. Main cover. Facsimile. We already done a True Believer a couple of years ago, so now we've got a facsimile edition of New Mutants 98. Tiger Division. They were fine. I have no real opinion. Emily Kim is fine as well. I enjoyed it. The Argent cover is pretty cool. Momoko cover is interesting. I think this is the main cover. No, variant. Carlos Gomez. Okay. Trad Moore. I'm not a fan of his art style, so I'm not just going to ignore it. Fall of Sunrise. But there's definitely fans out there. It's just not me. I'm not ordering personally. I don't believe I can sell this book, but I could be wrong. Hey, if 17 people subbed to it, I'm clearly wrong. Demon Wars: Shield of Justice. So this is a continuation of the Civil War arc, if I'm not mistaken. Iron Siren Shield of Justice. Yeah. Greg Pak writes another new miniseries of Planet Hulk. So this is the World Breaker arc. It's 1,000 years in the future. Again, this proves that Marvel continuously goes back to the well of tried and true writers and books. So Greg Pak on Hulk, Peter David on Spider-Man and Hulk, Peter David on Genius Vale, obviously in Fantastic Four. So, and then James DeMatteis on Venom. He's going to be writing a Craven arc. Again, it's just like, hey, these books did really well for us. Do these writers still have stories to tell? And they're like, yeah, Greg Pak is like, absolutely, I've got more to tell about Shakar. So I'm a sub for this. I don't know. It's too old for my current crop of readers for a majority of people I care about this, but I could be wrong. We'll find out in issue 1. So Extreme X-Men. Team's back. It's a cool cover. Murder World Avengers one shot. It's a Jim Zub one shot about Murder World. I don't think it could be canon, but it's not part of the Jason Aaron stuff. If my regular vendor subs take it, then I'll put it in everyone else's. The people who are capable of adding their books themselves, if they add this book, then I'll add it for everyone else. If they're not adding them themselves because they don't care for it, because at this point I'm not, so I don't care for it. Is what I'm saying. Saber of the Exiles. So this is the follow-up to the Sabretooth miniseries, the 5-issue part. At the end, the Sabretooth says to me, "My exiles," as he saved a bunch of exiled mutants. So yeah, it's Victor Laval is just continuing his story arc. Really enjoyed it. I'm a huge Exiles fan. It's the X team that I read the most of. Yeah. So, but it's not the same kind of Exiles. It's just a different kind of Exiles, like Krakoan Exiles. Secret Invasion is the second time to solicit this book because the book is finally coming back. They specifically mentioned that all previous orders have been canceled, placed new orders. It is the same ISBN for this book. And it's also Ryan North who wrote that. I didn't pay attention to this. Yeah. Last time I was super down on it. I'm still kind of super down on it on a personal basis. But the more and more I'm looking into the MCU's version of Secret Invasion, this is the correct way of being able to sell this book. So, yeah. I will get some. I have to check when the miniseries actually hits airs. So this comes out in November, December. So the last issue is in March. So say the miniseries, the TV show's in April. If the TV show's in April, we'll have the trade, and the trade will be worth it. Oh, well, we do have more Amazing Spider-Man. So Amazing Spider-Man 13 here. So there's 2 Spider-Man issues. So there's the final issue for this arc. Beyond Amazing Spider-Man cover from Extreme X-Men by Ryan Stegman is what I want to mention. Daily Neighborhood Spider-Man. Not much I can say about this. Regular Spider-Man. If you've read Edge of Spider-Verse 2, I want to say 2. You know who this character is now. End of the Spider-Verse. The Wasps are coming. Double Trouble's back. America Namaki. Great kids book. Miles and Spider-Man. So we had Spidey and Venom, and then we had Thor and Loki, and now we've got Spidey and Miles. It's like, I don't know. I'm sure she's got an idea, but Chrissy Zulu did this cover. That's cool. Who's doing the main? Oh, this is the main for 1% sure. We'll be determined. Oh, looks J.M. DeMatteis, The Lost Hunt. There we go. Very excited for this. This is more Craven, wonderful 90s Craven stuff. Origins of Craven finally revealed. Yeah. Really excited for this. This will do well for all the people who did Lethal Protector. Highly recommend everyone Lethal Protector. If you wanted to learn more about Craven, please do so. Lost Hunt. Guardians one shot. I don't know. Who's running? Kevin Schnick. I'd have to look it up to see what else he's written. Doesn't know, but it's a Celestial book. Maybe for all those people on Judgment Day and want to know more about Celestials. This is important. Death Notes from Thanos. J. Michael Straczynski is writing in Thorne Grumbeck. Both enjoyed these writers. Christopher Catwell, reading him right now in Action Comics. No, that's Phil Kennedy Johnson. Catwell is writing Briar? He's the one writing Briar, is coming out from Boom, I believe. Let's do this thing again. FOC comics from Boom, Briar. Yeah, Christopher Cantwell from Briar. Briar is a hype book. Yeah. Back to here. So, again, if you more Straczynski, always good. Straczynski writing Thanos is very interesting. I also really enjoyed Jordan Grombook. Okay, last month I was kind of down on Namor Submariner. It just seemed like blasé. And the solicitation for number 2 is very interesting, actually, where he's like, does Jim Hammond, the original Human Torch, yet live? So it's just like old Namor, and like I don't know why 100 years in the future he finally have white hair. He's been alive for centuries, but 100 years now he's like I don't get that. Um, yeah, and the solicitation makes it interesting. I may go back and orders extra number one. FOC hasn't passed yet. Wakanda number two. Nothing much to say here. Then Midnight Suns number three. We're just gonna skip over some stuff that's less interesting. Blade Vampire Nation. This is specifically out of the current where Blade is doing in Avengers, where he's the sheriff of the Vampire Nation. So he's forced to be the right man of Dracula. So, deep dive Dracula's new kingdom established in Avengers, starring Blade, Sheriff specifically. I was going to say, assassination threatens and unravel a fledgling country and spread chaos throughout the world. But getting rid of a nation full of bloodsuckers really all that bad of an idea. Blade still isn't too sure. And this is the bad guy that was in that arc, his son. Okay, Sentinel Liberty and Symbol of Truth. Nomad's returns here. Anything of particular relevance here? No, not really. And the story arc. Who's writing this one? Colin Kelly and Jensen Lanning. So if you're enjoying this arc, this book, you need to be picking up this book. Not all my readers are on both books. Most of them are, but some are just on one particular. So Iron Man 25 is Christopher Cantwell. Ooh, and Kurt Busiek writing this. Interesting. Writing the final issue of this 25 issue run for Iron Man 650, Iron Man 25. Hammond 5 of 5. This is Dodderman's costume for the ages, and this one's for Gambit. I really enjoyed his covers. Atlasman Legends 4. And not much to say. X-Men 17. Exterminators 3, Legion X. We're just gonna skip through stuff that's probably not super relevant. Like I don't know whether they're doing a huge page for X-Men Red 8. Welcome to World Farm. I don't know. And I'm reading X-Men Red. I think it's a great title. After valuing, Marauders 8, Wolverine. Sold out. Bannister's been duped. Okay. Sure. No idea. New Mutants 32. X-Force 34. So this is the second arc with Deadpool. And, jeez, every time I'm like, I know this character's name and I keep forgetting. So this is kind of cool team. Clearly something with Venom out there, but because they're in space. Sivir Blackmore, but yeah, Domino, Wolverine, Deadpool, Maverick. It's very Rob Liefeld. Immortal X-Men. This is the Destiny issue, or is it Mystique, or is it both? Maybe they're just doing one issue for both of them. I don't know. No, we've already done Destiny. Destiny was issue 3, so this is a Mystique issue. Mystique and Destiny, sure. Black Panther Unconquered. It's a one shot. I don't know why this is a new reader one shot. That would be relevant. I have no idea. Facsimile of Fantastic 452. Awesome. Early awesome to have this. Black Panther 11. So we had a 2-issue arc, and then we've got a new arc here from John Ridley. Savage Avenger. Ultron 2099. I think that's an awesome concept. Ultron 2099. Marvel Tales for Danny Ketch. Sure. Oh no, they're getting together. Oh, Talia Warroad working together. So terrible. Carnage. I have a big problem with Carnage. I'm out of back issues. I have tons of number ones, tons and tons. I've got no 2s and I'm no 3s. I have to reorder so much Carnage. Moon Knight 17. Daredevil 5 could be a key issue. Something happens here. It's possible that the keyness is actually in 4, but something happens in 5. This is really a very interesting new costume. Very interesting. And then there's just specifically, here's Daredevil Wood Punisher in the Jason Aaron run, issue 7. Strange 8. There's something here. What could it possibly be? We're the Blasphemy Cartel. I don't know why we're asking about this, because we've been talking about Blasphemy Cartel since the beginning of the arc. Or the run. She-Hulk 8. Jim Bartel cover. Strange Committee issue 2. Genius Val 505. Defenders 505. Shang-Chi 5. Ultraman. Image Control 4-5. Captain Marvel 43. Every issue of Captain Marvel sort of scares me that it could be the final issue. But Kelly Thompson's a great writer. Thunderbolts. Jim Zubs. That's why it's such a comedic book. So I really Thunderbolts #1 finally came out. Read it this week. I really enjoyed it. Hulk 10 finally getting pushed up. Hulk Planet Part 2. FOC for Hulk Planet Part 1 is just it's passing this weekend. I'm a huge cross-gen guy. I'm way more Wildstorm guy than cross-gen, but I thought cross-gen was super interesting titles. So, there's something about licensing needing to be renewed, and then they have to make sure to keep using it. So, Mark Waid and Ron Mars, very important that they'll be writing on a cross-gen one-shot. I don't think this will do super well. And Surgeon #1 is Archer. Is this just like a reprint of books? Issue 4 distinguished titles in the 21st century, most and some of the biggest names in comics. Over a window in the world. Ruse. Oh my god. Instead of a Marvel Tales, it's a cross-gen Tales. I am an idiot. Well, okay. I might actually do a bit more of this. So, cross-gen... it's just a reprint book of #1s of cross-gen from 20 years ago. Okay. Not what I expected. I honestly thought it was new stories. I'm mistaken. Predator 4. Predator 1 did a little better than I expected it to, which is still good. Alien 3. Alien 2 and Alien 3, I know that for this volume, just get way more back issues because people will cut their orders. So I'm ordering as many of Alien 1 and 2, 2 and 3 as Alien 1. Star Wars Yoda, Kevin Scott, because Kevin Scott's writing it and Phil Nolan's just drawing. Okay, Nico Leone is drawing interiors. Buy lots of Yodas. Hidden Empire, the next big storyline for Star Wars. So we had War of the Bounty Hunters, then Crimson Dawn, now Hidden Empire. Still Charles Soule. You need to be subbing to this book. Star Wars Revelations. Can't miss Star Wars issue of the year. Empire, Kira's digging in Galaxy. What is it? It's a one shot? Okay, so it's a supplementary one shot. Probably is this Charles Soule's writing this? Mark Guggenheim. I just said that. I guess it would tie the Charles Soule Star Wars with Charles Soule Hidden Empire. I don't know. Blade one shot. No, it's one of 4. Very interesting. Oh, but Charles Soule's writing it again. Very good. Kevin Scott, Star Wars High Republic #2. Order lots of High Republic. Bounty Hunters #28. Panic at the Christian Disco. Something about maybe Star Wars Bounty Hunters ending. I don't know. I heard something about that. And so Tribeca, Return of Redacted. Mandalorian issue 5. Vader #29. Very good run at Vader. Greg Pak. Great job. Also Lisa Wong. Yes, for Deadpool, if you enjoyed Lisa Wong, she's been doing this entire run of Dr. Aphra. So if you enjoyed her from there or Iron Fist, you will be enjoying Deadpool. Star Wars 29 from Charles Soule. Rebel Alliance Crisis. Tribute Back Time probably. Pop-up book, indifferent to it. The few armies that are interesting. Planet of the Apes. I personally do not care for it. I'm semi-fan of Planet of the Apes, but not really. Like I've seen all the movies, but I don't really care for it. What if this is a canceled and resolicited Omni? Adam Warlock, his own Omni. Reprinting the very incredibly infamous Frank Quitely's, Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely's New X-Men. Already canceled and resolicited Spider-Man 2099. Already canceled, resolicited Star Wars Legends Rebellion. Marvel Masterworks Dazzler Part 4. Wolverine by Benjamin Percy hardcover Part 2. Yeah, worth getting. Art books, Savage Avengers. I will not be getting the trade. I have lots of back issues. Not getting a trade for this. Not getting... Again, always when I say these things, if people order them based on my own orders, I will order things. Always. Amazing Fantasy from Kara Andrews. I thought the end of the story lacked. I was kind of disappointed in the ending. It finished well. I was very disappointed with the end of the story. Already Ant-Man for Anniversary. New Fantastic Four. We're just going to skip through this. Spider-Punk. Nothing really important. This is Volume 8 for Captain Marvel. And Volume 8 for Miles. Mix Strike. Animated series, Further Adventures, trade paperback. That's pretty cool. Obi-Wan trade. This I'll ordered lots and lots of copies of. Lots of Afra. Lots of Vader. Trial of X. Continue keeping one for store. Oh, 2 in the same month. Congrats. Thank you so much. Legion of X. First trade. House 92. X-Men 92. X Lives, X Deaths of Wolverine trade paperback form. So a complete collection format. Regular trade for X-Force. Ah, yes. The Spider Slayers. David Michelini on Spider-Man. Very, I don't want to say infamous, but, early 90s stuff. This is Return of Thanos. This is not a new printing. This is a cool book to have. Defenders. Also not a new printing. So it's the first trade paperback for Defenders. First epic. Heroes Return. Finally, the second Heroes Return for Iron Man is here. This is also a canceled and resolicited book. Fantastic Four by John Hickman, complete collection, volume 4. Really hopeful that by the time this comes out, 1-2 can finally be reprinted. New printing. Here we go. New printing time. Kraven's Last Hunt. Very important. New printing. Return of the Ghosts. Very important. Deadpool Bad Blood. So we've had the first printing. Original printing was a hardcover edition. I have that one. Then we had the 4-issue. And the original printing was years ago, right? Of the hardcovers, like 2017, 2018. I can't recall. Or maybe even earlier than that, because it's all Riot Blyfield run. And so now we're having a softcover edition of the 4 issues. Deadpool Black, White, and Blood, trade paperback form. And then the Mighty Marvel Masterworks is the second Doctor Strange book. Kraven Mini Hunter, and a bunch of posters. So trade paperbacks this month, pretty tame, pretty boring. Not really something of huge interest to me. The epics are probably the most interesting stuff to me. Personally ordering this I need for my Spider-Man run. I'm always on and off on Silver Surfer every single time. Like, do I want them? Do I not want them? Do I want them? Do I not want them? It's like almost all the epics, like some super interesting characters. I love the space stuff. I keep bringing them back to the store to sell them. Sometimes whenever we do sell them, it makes me sad. And then Defenders, I don't care for the Defenders myself. I'm happy to be able to sell this. I'm happy this is finally coming back. And then this epic. I do not have this epic. This is a great epic, Kraven's Last Hunt. That is an epic. If they're doing a new printing of it, it's because it's been backordered so much. So yeah. So X-Men, new X-Men, Fantastic Four, Dark Web. November is kind of tame. There's some and the ending of Avengers coming soon. It's a same month. There's certainly a lot of material. We did this. How long we've been doing? 40 minutes of recording already. So there's some material to talk about. I've certainly ranted about Fantastic Four. Just seeing what will go forward. But it's not the most interesting run this month of books. Back issues galore, basically, and then restocks for lots of interesting trades. Well, epics, omnis, indifferent, because 2 of them were canceled resolicited, so I just put in my numbers again. Thankfully, I had none I have pre-ordered, but I'm not pre-sold, so I don't have to emit any refunds at this time, which is always super great. Anyways, if there is a book down below that you were in this video like, why isn't he excited about this? Well, please let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on books, and we can have a discussion. Share this video with a friend. If they're debating what's interesting in the month, you can show them a retailer's perspective of what his customer base and what his sales can just show on in this subs. Feel free to share and subscribe, because we do a couple of videos a month. 2 catalogs, 2 top 10. We're 3 or 4 months behind on our top 5 books to spec on. Honestly, I haven't found any books that I personally spec'd on for the store. The speculation market, other than last month, High Republic won. Yeah. Then Dark Horse, Hyperspace Stories, I ordered a lot, but I still cut down my orders. I didn't expect them to have like new appearances. But yeah, anything High Republic, absolutely. Anyways, feel free to comment down below, share videos, subscribe. We'll see each other for some more comic book discussion. Otherwise, bye for now.